All right. I think we're good. We are good. We're there. We made it. Let me move some things on the screen around. Make sure I'm not in the way. Make sure my big head. What button is it? So it doesn't auto snap. It's Alt. No, Shift. Why is it auto snapping? Control. It's Control. That'll do. That would do, donkey. All right, guns. Hey. Oh, YouTube isn't yet. There's always a delay with YouTube. What's this thing on the screen? Should be now. I can see that it's connected. It says excellent connection. But yeah, YouTube, I don't know why it does that. I think it's got a better, higher stream quality. Not sure. But we'll see how we go. Is there anything else I need to do? It's always this. It's always something. Close that. I'll just make sure. Actually, I should make sure Discord's on. What's it called? On mute. Where's streamer mode? Streamer mode. Turn on. Done. Oh, good. So Tiggs, we're gonna use your spreadsheet today. All that gun information. Definitely going to be a handy one to use. Here, I'll move these screens around because I don't like talking to the top of the screen. We'll use all your information of all the data you pulled. So appreciate that. Should be good. And that's why I'm a bit more ready, because you appreciate that. You sent over all the information. Scrolling down, there we go. Still no YouTube? Click refresh. There doesn't auto refresh because I've just logged into my YouTube, so I can see it there. I can see YouTube sitting there nice and pretty. So what we're going to do, might pull YouTube, got the stats over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through guns today. We're going to have a look at, see what guns are available in the game, use cases for guns. We're going to go through the stats of guns. So yeah, we've got all those bits and pieces. We may look at crafting guns, so you see if any of them out of whack. See if we can identify any guns that are rare schematics that we want to chase. It'd be nice to know if there's a list. You know, when you're playing, say, World of Warcraft, for example, you might go, you know what your BIS is. And it's like, all right, we're doing these raids for a reason. We're going in there to get this item, and you do that each week. So it'd be good to see if there are items like that. It was only brought to my attention the other day. I didn't even think about this. But no matter how good the gun is you get the schematic, it's going to get to a point where you need to replace it. So regardless of what you're doing, you need to replace your gun. You might have, yes, I finally got this gun. Durability, repairs and stuff. It's only schematics. So it's either buy the schematics on the marketplace. So that might be a good way to make some money. And then the other one is obviously stockpiling them. I think stockpiling them for the guild's always a nice thing to do. If you find there's nothing worse when you're in the guild and you hear that someone's got this rare schematic. It's like, oh yeah, I found this schematic. I sold it on the market, made all this money. It's like, oh, you should have offered it to me first. I could have purchased it, did whatever, but it's all right. It's always those things. But someone sent me this little graphic, so running around with all the bits and pieces, which is good. Before we start though, because I noticed I'm getting a bit of traction. A lot of people are watching these lives after I finish them. Look, I'm new to YouTube, so I didn't realize how many people would actually watch the lives after the fact. So for everyone that's jumping in right now, I thought I'd better give a bit of a spiel in the beginning so you don't have to watch halfway through before you find out the bits and pieces. Main ones are, so obviously there's a lot of videos that I'm putting out with lots of, hopefully a lot of useful information. We are recruiting, so in the description below there is a Discord link. Jump in the Discord, ask your questions whether you want to join the guild or you don't want to join the guild. We do have an EU, an NA, and an OCE guild. So we are across all regions the game's in. So if you want to link up with us, you can definitely get in one of those guilds. and there's a giveaway. Most important, giveaway. I'm just going to bring this one over because this is probably one of the most important things that we've got running right now. I am not pushing it enough. I am definitely not pushing it enough. And you guys probably won't be pushing it either because you probably want to win. But I'm giving away 4 Dune Awakening keys. So these are Steam keys and they are early access edition. So just to answer some of the questions of this, very simple. In the description below, again, you'll have all the links to, sorry, if you're on Kick, you have to go to YouTube to go get the link to do the giveaway. I haven't set up Kick. Actually, I'm not a very good streamer if I haven't set up links in Kick yet. But go to YouTube, get it, or get into the Discord. You'll get a link to this Gleam giveaway. There's only a few options. You just got to visit me on YouTube. You can follow me on X. You can follow me in Kick, and you can follow me on TikTok. They give you don't have to do all of those, but they all give you 1 entry each into the giveaway. I'll be streaming live before launch. So if you want to win a copy of Dune Awakening, this is going out an hour prior to the release at midnight, or midnight for me, so on the 5th, an hour prior, we'll launch this. We'll give the 4 keys away. Whether you want them or you want to give them to a friend, you just let me know. But it is a Steam key, and we can you can use that to give it to whoever you need to, or use it for yourself. So 4 lucky winners will pick those ones up. So make sure you go jump into the link for the giveaway, and you can get in there. As you can see, 337 entrants. Divide that by 4. It is what it is across the board. So make sure you get into that. So I think that's the spiel. I think they're the spiels. Discord, giveaway, and all the other YouTube videos that are there that we've researched all week. So and thanks for everyone that jumped in and watches these lives after the fact. I didn't realize that was a thing on YouTube, but we're all learning here. We're all learning. So enough about me. Big thing is guns. So we've gone over a bit of building, water. I was meant to get up the water base spreadsheet in Google Sheets the other day. Oh, today. Just today was jam-packed full of work. Got home, had a nap. And now I'm here. So I haven't had a chance to get that up, but I will. I actually played with it a little bit today, so we have some drop downs. So if you're watching yesterday's video on the building and the water base and so forth, thank you, whoever followed. Hey, Stubby Bump. Hey, thanks, buddy. I love that follow. How good is it? It's the best follow ever. I just love it. You can unfollow and follow me all day long if that keeps popping up. The only thing is I do need to get it up bigger so I can see who's followed. So yeah, I was playing around yesterday with the building a water base, and as a separate sub thief, and I was playing around with Excel today, doing some drop down. So I got a little bit into it, where you do the drop down, you pick which building item you want, and it will calculate the power that you need to determine what items you need to power that water, and how much water you'll get per hour and whatnot. Either way, I'll get that up. I'll hopefully get that up. You can play around that if anyone wants to know how to maximize a water base. Some people say not needed. I don't know if it's not needed, but it's always nice to know that you're fully covered when it comes to water. But we're not talking about water. We're not talking about yesterday's stream. We were talking about guns. So the big things that we're going to look at today, the guns, understand what guns in the game, what guns are going to be used for us. Some of these guns are probably going to be good, but you probably don't want to use them because it's not for your build. It's not the way you play. So things to definitely look at there. And then after we've gone through the guns and understand which guns are what, we're going to go look at, what's it called? Group composition. So I think they're the big ones that we want to look at. All right. Now, is the YouTube chat working? So I got 13 in. I just haven't seen anything on there. So I was just nervous that might be a thing. But you know what I should do as well? Yeah, I'm just for everyone on. Hey, there we go, Tig. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Stubby Bump. We should remember the automatic unique pistol I had in the beta. Well, let's have a look at that, Stubby Bump. We'll see if we can get it. Thanks, Ferret. Thanks, Jack King. Check. Ratuska. Hello, silly goose. I'll do that often. There's a trick. Get everyone talking. Hang on. I've just realised I can. I'm going to copy this link for everyone on Kick. Sorry. I'm going to chuck you some paste and enter. There we go. Everyone on Kick. There you go. There's a link in the chat so you can go to the Gleam giveaway so you can win yourself a copy. All right. It's not working. All right, so we've got drill shot is the most interesting to me right now. Drill shot is very interesting in regard to how it penetrates a shield. I've heard they've made a few updates in regards to how long it takes for the drill shot to penetrate and how much damage it does as well. So I know they're actively balancing that right now. So this is definitely something to look at. Going to try a shotgun build myself. Jack King, I'm 100% the same. So I'm going scattergun and I'm also going melee. So melee and scattergun. Sniper, drill shot, blade for me. Yes, very nice. Well, I think for me, a third is 100% sniper. I think sniper looks fantastic based on some of the perks that you get in some of the build. But let me just go through these just from a high level so we can see what they look like. We know what we're talking about now, and then we'll go over. Do they have a rocket launcher in here? Or is there a rocket launcher? I'll have a look on the other spreadsheet. I don't know if they got the rocket launcher. Is that just on buggies and stuff like that? So we've got flamethrower, uses gel capacity to spew flames. So that's what the incendiary gel is for. I was wondering what the incendiary gel there is on the spreadsheet or in game. Wait, in lore, doesn't this gun, when hitting shield, make a nuclear explosion? Does it? That would be amazing. I'd like to see that one. So flamethrower, we've got flamethrower, so that uses the gel. So now we know where the gel goes. The last gun is pinpointed laser beam anti-vehicle weapon. I wonder, even though it says anti-vehicle weapon, we'll see how that goes on people as well. Everyone likes a last gun. Last gun's always it's the number one laser beam in any game. It's universe. There is a safety soy. You can't shoot shields. I'll leave that one to you, silly goose. Anyone going to stack headshot damage or just going body shot? That's actually a question, Jack, because you can stack the headshot damage, but yeah, you're relying on the headshots. The hard part is obviously with the being darts, they're not super accurate. They would have been great if that was a boom. Then we've got the plasma cannon, so it uses plasma discharge to accelerate projectiles. The LMG, high capacity automatic weapon, ideal for suppressive fire. This one's going to be good. I think who puts up the wall? Is it Ben Gesserit? Puts up the invisible wall, and someone standing behind that with an LMG, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit later in regard to group compositions, because we don't necessarily want a group of four of the same kind. Someone brought up in the Discord earlier, can I be a support class? How do I become how can I be a support class? And there's no healer in there, but there's a lot of other options you can do to support your group. Mentat, thanks, Jack. There's certainly things you can do to support your group of four. So if you're running around a group of four, what builds can you make to actually help your group rather than just being another DPS class, if that's how you want to see it. So LMG, the Jabal Spit Dart, so long-range rifle with darts capable of poisoning targets. I did see that the distance was 75 meters, but I believe, I could be wrong here, I feel like this is what I saw, is that you can increase the distance, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. But from the videos that we've seen in regard to any gunplay, 75 meters seems quite reasonable. It seems pretty far. In theory, 75 meters isn't that far, but when you see it in the video, it looks pretty good. Drill shot, mid-range, double-barrel shotgun that fires darts capable of bypassing shields. So it'll be interesting to see if they don't have a shield on, how does the drill shot work from that perspective. Short-range shotgun with high damage. So that's me. I'm definitely going to get in the thick of it. That's me. The GRDA 44. Any scattergun is mine. Mauler pistol, lightweight, short-range sidearm. Feels nice, actually. You think sometimes people go, the pistol, don't worry about it. Actually feels all right. And then we've got the stub nose, mid-range pistol offering more punch per shot. So I think that was the Deagle style pistol. Have a drill shot and a GRDA and swap would work well. The thing is with the swaps, and I think that's probably the one big thing I was interested in, is when you're swapping guns, what's the transition time? Can you go bang, bang, straight from pistol out to shotgun? If I can do it quicker in real life, in a video game, it should even be quicker than that. There's nothing worse than just, hang on, let me holster my pistol, and I'm going to get my other one out. reload it, and then bang. The guy's already bloody taken half your health off. So that was one thing I did notice in the beta. I think was the delay between changing between weapons. And it wasn't necessarily the change as well. It was the action actually happening before anything happened. Disruptor SMG. Everyone's liking the Disruptor. Fires darts of variable velocities to break shields. And then disrupt the pistol that fires shield at destabilizing darts. So I didn't realize it was a SMG and a pistol, but everyone seems to really like Disruptor just because of that shield break and that slight stun that it gives. So it's got the stun and the shield break. It's also Disruptor SMG taking shield out and then swap to G. Look, Jack, if you can pull that off, that would be amazing. But yeah, like I said, it's that time to between actions of switching. And is there a time, actually, one thing I'd like to test, probably something we're not going to figure out now, but time we test going between gun and gun versus going between gun and knife. Because as you know, if you play games like Counter-Strike or anything like that, if you whip out your knife after using a gun, it's much quicker. That's in COD. Yeah, it's your smash button and you can smash out a knife. In Dune, is it a complete change of hands and picking up weapons? Thoughts on isn't it under NDA? Just wondering. This, not sure, Zach. I'm not in the closed beta. So whatever information we get to talk about, it's what's online. So let's just say we're purely speculating on everything that we know. Purely speculating on everything we know, gathering whatever information we have, anything from beta that we've played. And I think the best part about it is not just me, or you guys get to contribute and say, there's nothing better when one of you guys go, no, you're wrong. Okay, well, tell me why I'm wrong. Let me know. I want to know. Let's Google it. Let's go find out. But what I think, let's just say, what do they say? You're better doing something than not doing something. So we're getting informed. Let's put it that way. We're getting informed. So when we get there, it's not a complete mystery to everybody. But it's funny. When I went to bed last night, I put Dune on part 2 last night. Within the first 5 minutes, I think I saw a blood extractor. I saw the death steel. After we were talking about how to collect water, and you saw them collecting water from there. I saw the thumper. We saw the suspensor belt. First 5 minutes. So if you want to get some of the check out some of these in-game items, you'll see it at Dune Part 2 straight up. I was actually quite surprised that just because we were literally talking about it, went in there. When you're watching the movie, you're just watching a movie. But after you sit there talking about items that are in the game that are important to you, and then you go watch the movie, and bang, 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 they just hit you like 5-6 times all in a row. The Karpov 38 assault rifle offering mid-range precision. So I think the Karpov might be all right. I think by the sounds of things, the Karpov, the assault rifle should be an all-rounder. But I think people aren't necessarily going all-rounders in this game. I feel like people are going specific builds when it comes to Disruptor or LMG or Sniper. The weapons do look cool. They do look cool. I think you could probably, so I'm pretty sure these probably all data mined, but at the same time, we did see a lot of these already in some of the gameplay footage that we've seen online already. Yesterday, that was a trip. Yeah, I'm concerned I'm not going to get enough time to go watch them both, Tiggs. How long was Dune 1 and Dune 2? Because I didn't watch it all. All right, so from here, let's close my little paint presentation and open up my weapons spreadsheet. So thanks to Tiggs. Now, this is apparently data mined information. It's on a website at the moment called junecodex.com, I believe it is. Dune Codex. Apologies for the white again. I'll make this a bit bigger. Oop. No, I'm in the wrong keyboard. That's why it's not working. Minimize this bad boy. Whoop. Try to make the screen pretty. All I'm doing is breaking things. So I did make some changes, as you can see. So the data mined data that we have is the name of the weapon. We've got the we've got all the damage, the critical damage, the rate of fire, the clip size, the reload speed, and effective range. Because reload speed, I think that's a massive one as well. And we've got cross rifles, scatterguns, heavy weapons. And I'll just get the website up just to show you where this is coming from. Dune Codex. I'll actually... And this is the website we're currently looking at. So items, weapons, sidearms, rifles. So you can see that all in here across the board. So we might refer to this because we've got the pictures in here as well. It's actually got some information. So Tiggs, I might just use this for a bit so we can refer to the guns. But at least with the Excel, we'll segregate the guns and what's best, what's not. It's good. It's telling us what's unique, what's not. I'll zoom in as well. And that should actually be a lot better for everyone who are watching online. Hey, Ant, how you going, buddy? Where can we have these infos like you? Join the Discord, Zeke. Join the Discord. Is it Zek or Zeke? I actually just finished Attack on Titan as well. So I actually just and Zeke, the big monkey dude from Attack on Titan. So now that's all I think of now. Pot of gold. Lol, your main job must be an accountant. Using Excel for June is crazy. No, Pot. Let's just say my original job is electrician. So it's definitely not accountant. But I did do a degree in finance. So I like my data. I like my stats. So it's so I like it. And to be honest, I enjoy theory crafting. I don't mind it. So, let's go back to the right sheet. Weapons. I'll leave him over there for a second. We'll just pull him back and forth. So, because what we're going to do, we'll try to highlight the guns that look interesting to us. And then once we identify what's interesting from a gun perspective, we'll shortlist what we want. So we'll go across to flamethrowers, the plasma cannons, the more pistols. We'll go figure that stuff out. And then we'll pull them in across from Ash's Codex. Ash's Codex is very good, by the way. If you play Ashes of the Creation, go use Ash's Codex. But this is Dune Awakening Codex. Dune Awake. Put away. How you going, buddy? I like from old country bumpkins to master swordsman a lot. I'm also not big into anime. Yeah, look, I wasn't either. Silly. I thought, look, I play games, I do all this nerdy shit. I might as well go check out what the best anime is. So I Googled, what is the best anime? And somehow Attack on Titan was the number one. Now, if people who here watch anime, you're probably screaming at me right now. No, it's not. It's this one. It's that one. Look, I picked Attack on Titan because it also was doable in the number of seasons you could watch. So I ended up watching it. It was weird, the fact that you have giant bloody Titans attacking cities, but we got there. Redo of Healer. What? Some anime is fun to watch. I didn't really get into Attack on Titan. Yeah, I did fun. So I finished it. At least I can say I finished a season of an anime. And I don't know. Do you class Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z as animes? They are, but they feel too mainstream. But anyway, we're not here to talk about anime. We're here to talk. We're here to talk guns. Bypassing shields versus destroying shields. One makes you rely on the weapon alone, while the other might waste ammo and time focusing on the shields. I'm not sure which is better. That's a good point, Robert. That is a very good point. Destroying the shield versus... But can you destroy the shield? Are they both the same thing? So, because it bypass... I guess the bypass with the drill shot versus, taking down the shield. I think and this is back to when you're in a group composition, and we'll get there next, is if you're in a group, what's better for the group? So to that point, you might be better, and your playstyle, you might be better taking down the shield for the group, because when that shield's gone, your group's going to go nuts. I think we highlighted the other day heavy armor. If someone's set up in heavy, go everyone target the heavy guy. But if you're by yourself and you're going to run away, you might put a whole lot of drill shots into someone and then hide or something, or run away or something, because at least you know that might penetrate, target, stun, whatever those things are. So it's definitely, I think it's purely play style on that one. Bypass would be poison, fire, bleed. Yeah, the dots are good, pot of gold. Dots are good. I hate them on myself. There's nothing worse when you get hit by a dot. Hey, Robin, have you checked out the skill builder in Codex? And we might want to do the same build, lol. I haven't I haven't checked out the skill builder in this Codex yet, but I will bring it up because what we're going to do, I think there's a skill, the skill build that will go in there. We'll probably look at them to understand the composition. So I am going to use that one. Drill shot could also take their stand because they had to dodge to avoid it. Yeah, true. So, all right, let's get into it. So we've got sidearms, rifle, scattergun, heavy weapons, short blades, sheet 5. What's sheet 5? Poison, mist, pseudo, pulse sword, regis, attack speed. Are they all swords or rapiers? I think they are. Oh, they're the long blades, aren't they? They're all the long blades. Gotcha. And I'll just rename that one. Oh. Beautiful. Is anything missing? Heavy. They'll be under heavy weapons, I think. No data in the heavy tab. Unlucky. We'll see what they got on the website. I'm curious how strong fire will be because there was resistant poison and bleed. Yeah, it would be interesting. I know most games it's just painful. Like it does break. If anyone's got cover or anything like that, it does break what they have to do. Like if you've got a dot on you, there's two calls. It's either can you stay there and can you withstand the dot and not worry about it, or are you going to have to move? Are you going to have to heal? Are you going to have to break something so you can get out of this dot? So I think they're the two things, the dot. So it actually requires you to do something or nothing at all. And if the dot makes the player do something, then that's a strategic move to try to get an advantage on that other player. Number of reloads, that's a good question. Obviously, how many clip size? All right, so I'll skip. Actually, no. While we're here, why not? We'll do this. There wasn't anything to the right, was there? No. We're going to filter this for. We're always looking for the best. We're always looking for the best. So where is? I always lose this. We'll filter by damage per shot. And there's a help us determine. So we've got some. Wow, look at the damage. Oh, the rate of fire on some of these sidearms. Damage wise, no damage per. What did I just filter by? Why is that not filtering? That is not filtering at all. Hang on a second. Convert to number. There we go. Hang on, did that do all of it? Or? It did. See, who would have thought? Who would have thought I'd been able to fix this up? All right, so the Seath, a damage per shot, 269 with a rate of fire of 83, critical damage 2.7, clip size only 3, so you're only carrying 3 bullets, reload speed 2.8. So it's a very slow gun, pretty good range at 65 meters. What is a Seath? Let's get a Seath up. Where are we? Tools. Where was it? Items, weapons, sidearms. Seath looks ridiculous. I should have just been searching up here, shouldn't I? Enter. So it gives us 3 options to look at. That's crazy. Pistol, I think. Trying to figure out our best build for PvP. So that's the thing, Robert. I'm not sure how much HP we have. When Mob got stuck on a campfire and died pretty fast. You probably, if you watch long enough, you'll probably see a part where I stand on a fire and die. I think it was when I first went into the East Vermilius Gap. I walked up there, I went into a camp, killed 2 guys, and then I realised I was standing in the fire. Don't do that. I don't see the sheet. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. I'll get it after the stream. I'll copy everything I've got. We can chuck it in there as in a repository on the left. Aside from setup rate durability loss, I'm curious to know what determines a weapon's durability loss. Shots fired, damage dealt, do weapons. Thank you for the like, where that came from. I did actually see that one for the first time. I don't see the 150 base HP for all. Thanks, Bob. And I guess it's how much we increase per the perks. But they're good points. I'm not sure myself. So from the Seath, if that's how we're saying it, I'm just going to go back and forth. So that's just an identifier on the thing. What's this one? And then we've got a bit more. So as you can see, you got a bit more detail on another. Hey, McTwisty. Way of the Mist seems very good. Lots more ammo, low reload speed, low range though. Yeah, I'll have a look. We'll have a look. We will look at all the good ones. I just saw this one because it caught my interest. So, so as you can see on the Dune Codex, it scraped the data from the closed beta, as they say. When you're looking into it, you'll get a crafting recipe of what it takes to craft. Spice infused plastanium dust. Somehow I feel like this is going to, this looks like a very expensive gun to craft. But it was this one. So this is the page that we want to see. So the Seath is a unique pistol, comes with increased accuracy and bonus damage from headshots, but with a low capacity clip. Also bonus damage for headshots. So this is definitely the Deagle. This is the Deagle of Dune. 3 shots in it, high damage, low rounds, but in a long reload time. So if you're confident, what I really like about this one is the distance. I think the distance is really good on this one. So it'd be interesting to try this one from you just pull out, bang, headshot. 3 shots. It's not much at all, but it's pretty good. So that's the Seath. So that's one weapon we can look at from a high damage perspective. I'll just mark it off. So we've looked at it. And then we go to, and the critical damage is crazy. So I'm assuming that the fact that it says there's bonus damage for headshots, I think this is where the critical damage is going to come in, 2.7. So let's bring up a calculator. Don't even need it. I'm literally working in an Excel spreadsheet and I bring up a calculator. What a dickhead. 269.4 times 2.7. So you can hit someone for 727. So I'm guessing, I'm only going to take a guess here, is you could probably one-tap someone with a headshot with this. I'd like to test this based on, depending obviously what armor they're wearing, but there's chances you could one-tap. So we're turning Dune into Counter-Strike, I think, if everyone's got the same impression. Need them shields down for that. Yeah, definitely. And that's where, to that point before, some people saying, okay, well, how can I be more of a support class? And that support class could be get the shields down. Not including any skill damage increase, 100% Tigs. So it would be crazy to see how much more damage we could actually put into that. Am I going to be that guy that breaks down all the weapons? Not tonight, but where we end up going through all the passives and we attach things and we show examples of the damage that guns do. Hey, thanks, Kel. I told you I love those things. It's amazing when someone follows. Can someone else follow? I just want to see it pop up again. No, appreciate it. Then the Regis Disruptor pistol. I looked through these and it looks like most uniques have a iron, steel, aluminium Dura version. Yeah, I've noticed that in the game as well, Pot of Gold. They do, the game allows you to have a lot at each level, but once you get to the next level, it sort of makes that last one completely redundant. But I have seen, and just from my own experience, when you die to a sandworm, so don't die to a sandworm, losing everything really, really hurts, especially when you're trying to get set up for something and I couldn't believe it. I lost everything. I have a way to highlight the target for the group. Yes, they have. They got group ping. So they've introduced, I've heard group ping. Well, I don't know was it on one of the videos, but the group ping though, I don't necessarily know if it's only map group ping or pinging in the game. So that I don't know. But there is a ping that people can do. Full headshot bonus and suspensor bonus can get headshot damage to 100%. Wow. Alan, that's absurd. That is absurd. So look, there's some damage that can be done. The Regis Disruptor pistol. So obviously this is the disruptor. And as we know for ourselves what the purpose of the disruptor, what's it called? So I was actually going to say I wouldn't even touch this gun until I realized that was the disruptor, because it's actually doing a lot of damage, only 4 in the clip. It's not shooting too fast either. Am I spelling this right? Regis. So there's a lot of different Regis disruptors, but we're going to the pistol. I'll just do the whole name. And am I covering the screen? No, I'm not. I'm always conscious of where that camera is. Sometimes I forget. So if we go to the middle one again. So heavy pistol borrows technology from the fast-firing disruptor submachine gun while adding a charging mechanism to fire shield disabling darts. So this could be a good one. So it does definitely do a lot less. Not a lot less. Oh, it does by RPM. So because to think of RPM, we're talking one-shot damage, but obviously for the 4 rounds, you want to get them out pretty quickly. I think the positive with this, low clip size with only 4 bullets in the thing. But I think for here, the fact that you are breaking shields or disrupting shields, I think that there's definitely a benefit by having the Regis disruptor pistol for sure. Effective range. So it's not too far. 30 meters is okay. Not too bad at all. The Regis, we'll get there, Tiggs. We'll get there. There's a party ping game and on map. It doesn't work for guild though. Okay, yeah, I want to know, Bob, if it did both, if you could see it. So at least your group could all targets. Yeah, I 100% agree, Jack. I think it's definitely it'll be a quality of life improvement. I think the hard part is because they don't have names. I think that's the hard part. Because you need someone to be quick with that ping. So you do need an in-game leader. We've got the Cope with a high damage again. So Cope, you can see the damage drop off significantly as you go further down. However, what we will do in a second, because these are all slow RPMs, the rate of fire on these things are quite, it's decreased a lot. So if we go into the Cope and we check out the Cope, see what that does. So a pistol comes with increased accuracy. So that's a positive, increased accuracy. Bonus damage for headshots, but with low clip capacity. So look, not a bad gun either. It's not as good as the Seath in regards to damage. Obviously, it's got the 2 point. I'm making the assumption that this 2.7 critical damage is based on the headshot. When it says it's got bonus headshot. Very similar, clip size, rate of fire. But the bonus with this one over the Seath is it's got the increased the increased accuracy. So if you want to go with maximum damage, obviously we go to the Seath with a 269 versus a 204. But if you want that accuracy, obviously probably go the Cope, and you could probably pull off probably achieve the same outcome from those ones as well. I'm going to unhighlight that because I'm not highlighting them anymore. Hey, thanks. For the subs. I cannot see that screen for whoever just subbed just then. I apologize, but thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. Faster reload is huge too. Yeah, and that's what we're going to go through in a second. We're probably going to try to do a calculation. I'm trying to think in my head what's the best way to filter out these guns where we, for example, give them a score. So rate of fire. So we might do damage per shot times the rate of fire to determine how many bullets go out. No, we'll probably put a standard number for the number of bullets. So let's just do, say for example, 6 bullets. Oh no, we'll do 3. So the lowest number in this section is 3. I'm just going to zoom out for there, so we just get this other column. So if we go equals the damage. And we might do two calculations. Clip size of 3 versus a clip size of maybe 12, just to see how the damage could potentially scale. So if we go that, and we're not looking at critical damage. We're just making. Oh, dickhead. We're looking at. It's not a number. I'm gonna have to. No. Sorry, guys. We're gonna have to do some formatting real quick. We're just going to move, we're going to insert a column into there. We're going to do text to column. And let me just open this up so I can see the silly thing. Text to column. Fix width. Next. Do it by a space. And I'll finish. Delete that. Bring it back in. Job done. Fuck, we're good. I'm going to make all this number. Convert to number. Let's just double check you agree with my assumption. Oh, they had the same accuracy. They had the same description, but if you're saying the same accuracy pot of gold, then yeah, I guess you probably wouldn't touch the cope. There will be no point. I assume there may be a crafting discrepancy there. Headshots or the ability that makes a weakness point will be a critical damage. Yeah. See, this is a huge range on it as well. Take a shield or you snipe them long. Yeah, look, I think the 65 meters is insane on a sidearm. It's ridiculous. Normal craftable weapons, then sort by tier. And we are definitely not doing that on stream. Do you know how hard it is to talk shit at the same time as trying to figure out calculation in your head? You can do replace all and replace. Yeah, that's true too. That's true too, Zalmoxes. I told you, people would be watching me use this and probably screaming. You should just work out damage per clip. Damage per clip. That's it. Look, I think that's another way I think we should do it, Ray. I think that's probably another way we should do it. I'm just trying to put them for like. So time to kill. So if it's because can you unload a full clip in someone to kill someone? I guess obviously on the shield. So I'll do basic 3. I'll do damage and damage per clip. I'll do that now. So equals that times that. What was my calculation? Equals that. Don't you hate that? Yes, make the correction, you silly thing. Well, I'll do it up here. Whoop. And then we're going to times our by 3. Is that it? Did I do that right? No, I should have done it the other way. What a dickhead. Hang on, rate of fire. So I'm just thinking for a second. Unless one of you figure it out already. Now, if I pull the rate of fire down, no, but the clips are going to go out every 83 per minute. No, it's about... let me take the times out. No, I should have just damage per shot times rate of fire. Rate of fire is shots per minute. Divide by 60 minutes. I'm getting 100 calculations thrown in. So just damage per shot times rate of fire. Okay. So I'll do that. So rate of fire per shot. It's going to give us an idea where we're sitting anyway. It's going to give us an idea where we're sitting. Filter. So it's saying the way Mazir, if that's how you're saying it, has a higher damage per shot based on rate of fire. Is that right? Because then that will be one bullet. Then divided by 60 for DPS. Because we're doing by minute. Yes. Good point. I like it. Double check I'm doing the right calculation. I hate all these bloody... We'll just round it. And there we go. So we're saying per second. Thanks, Pot of Gold. Hey, and this is why it's so good. It's good to do it on stream because you guys help, but it's terrible to do it on stream because I cannot think while I'm talking. So what are you saying, Zalmoxes? Is that what I just did? What's B2 times D2 times D2? Oh, okay, so same thing. All right, so either way, Hey, famous, good timing, good timing. So we're saying right now, the way of the Mazir, if that's how you say it, is punching the most damage. And then the reload time, much quicker, obviously, from that. 38 meters is okay. DPS equals magazine size times damage per shot. Magazine size is damage per shot. Oh, Jesus, you put a few calculations there, plus reload time. All right, I'm going to put that one in. Spread of bullets accuracy isn't considered here. No, it's not. It's definitely not, Russell. This is just theory if it's a perfect world. Definitely just perfect world theory just here. But let me just chuck this calculation in real quick. Because I'm interested to see what Exponentia is putting in here. So magazine size, so equals, so magazine size, we'd have times damage per shot. Divided by magazine size divided by rate of fire. Geez, I can't even think of what this is doing in my head right now. Plus reload time. Reload time. All right, so this. So what does this equal? Nothing. What did I do wrong? Oh, seconds. That's where we went wrong. All right, gotcha. So we're going to go. So you're saying find, replace all. Find what? We're going to find sec. Replace with nothing. Replace all. Okay. Close. Pull that in. Well, that changes things. What is it? What is it? I have to. So what's that doing? Let me have a look at it in a second. Unless you have already explained it already. Where's the filters? Just a tip: never put measuring units in the data cells. Always put them in the table head, so you can use the numbers for calculations. And just use a tip: never put measuring units in the data cells. Oh yeah, it's our mocks. We're only doing this quick. I'm not here making a. we're not delivering this to the UN. Don't you worry. This is definitely not for any accounting purposes. None of this is going to matter for PvP, but most of this will happen in Topters and Rovers. Yeah, true. Look, I'm hoping there's some, Elios. I'm hoping we can actually, this does matter in PvP. I'm hoping we're getting some close quarter combat where we have to do this. We're fighting underneath a cave or cavern in a shipwreck. If you want spoilers, check out Discord DM. May pay to wait till near the end of the stream, though. Look else cuts the discussion. All right, I'll go have a look to see what it is quickly. Is that who put that together? Where did you get that? You put it in ChatGPT. We'll do that. We'll do that in the end. That's calculating how much damage you do per second over a long enough time to take reloading into account. See, I'm hoping how. Okay, so we've got two things. So you got reloading is as a factor. Reloading as a factor. So the best weapon damage you do based on reloading is we'll go back to Way of the Mist again. And then we go largest to smallest. The Way of the Mazir just seems to be the optimal pistol. And let me just see what you put in. Best overall damage output. Where rifle, scout guns, sidearms. Yeah, the Way of Mazir looks very good. And where is it? Where's our website? We'll move this across a bit. We don't need all of that now. Website. So Way of the Mazir. And I'm almost confident enough to say that we've done enough calculating to say this is the best pistol. It doesn't look crash hot. Unique Mauler pistol has a modified spring mechanism that automatically reloads darts without releasing trigger pressure. Wow. This model is older than any others and seems to have been developed by the Fremen. It differs from the designs that integrate the modifications from Count Fenring. This drop your DPS to factions. Where'd we go? Melee will dominate. It's good math. Have you got crit damage? Can we get crit damage rate? Someone else is going to have to calculate that one for me, Russell, while they're watching. I can't put that in there. I have no idea. But the critical damage, though, is obviously we can't factor that in. What's the percentage of how many times the crit is actually going to pay off? So it's not factored in, but what are going to pay off? When we look at the crit damage as well, the high crit damage are the low RPM guns. So I think we can say from an overall player, when you're just smashing bullets down the line, okay, I think the Way of the Mizir just seems to be the overall best pistol. But outside of that, if you're a very good shot and you're confident in your shooting ability, yeah, go with something like the Seath, where you know you're just going to shoot people. It's high damage. You've got a massive. You're just a great, fantastic shooter. If that's you, please let me know. We are looking for guild members, so jump in. But yeah, no, I think they're things you have to take into consideration. Let me scroll up. You guys actually moving quicker than I can actually read. Melee will dominate. I'm hoping it does. I'm a big fan of the melee. You have crit damage. Can you? Every one of those have shields in caves. Yeah, true. There'll be fights and testing stations. You need to assume everyone is going to have best shield they can. Yeah, look, I think there's definitely variables in this that we're not taking consideration. So I'll say that now. There's things in here that we know they're going to be there. They are going to be variables that are going to change the fight. Whether it's a perk, it's going to be a shield, it's going to be a location. But if we're going to look at raw damage of a pistol and how a pistol works, I guess what we're doing is highlighting what is good. Now, what you choose in game, that's completely up to you. One, for example, we had the Disruptor pistol. The Disruptor pistol is going to be better against shields, 100%. But if you want raw damage, this one's going to be it. If you want more range, that one's going to be it. So none of these, we can't say, okay, you just have to have that one. But if you're going to have an overall pistol that's probably going to serve you quite well, now, I think that where these numbers will come in is actually show you what is viable versus using something like an improvised Mauler pistol. We know that's the base gun, but it's very clear that we don't need to use that because it's not the best. It's not great. It'll do a job. They all do a job, but which one's going to do the job for you? And that will be the question. Pause. I need to get my tea. This is sip worthy. Can you get me one while you're there? I'm getting a bit dry. Where do you find all the guns for Dune? So the ones that I'm looking at, Tolson, well, if you want to get the spreadsheet and the data, this is on Dune Codex. So the Dune Codex has all this data. For the guns, majority of them, you research them or you find the schematics or you buy the schematics. So I'm going to actually go to the craft for the Way of the Mizir in a second, Ray. Now I'm just going to scroll down. Apologies if I missed any things because you are talking a lot, which is fantastic. Which is law correct anyway. What is that? There's always going to be a slip somewhere. And disrupt to a drill shot 2, not kind of they do. Enemy shots, they disable their own shield anyway. Kind of insta-killed by group. Yeah, groups them. And look, and this is where it's going to come into the group composition. Some people might be running one gun where the other parts of the group might be running another. And your task might be just breaking shields. So that is probably, and we'll go there when we get the group compositions. Even if we might even not hit group compositions, we might have to bring the conversation over to tomorrow night. But group compositions will play a big part in determining what guns you have. So I'm solo versus a group. I am dead anyway. Probably silly. You're probably a good chance. A shield value affected by the armor, meaning a shield is 200 and armor is 100. Do I deplete fast and having 200 and 500 armor? The stats I'm not too sure of. Mauler pistol is T1, Regis Mauler pistol is T3 equivalent. Looks like the increase is almost doubling their tier. So I have heard, and you can see that the increase in power as you level up is quite significant. 4-shot guns spread across the face. Why look at this when that's all you need? What's the point of looking at all these guns when all you need is a scatter gun to the face? That's it. Why bother? Where to get the image on the right? So it's in my Discord at the moment. I got this from my Discord, Russell. So if you want to jump in the Discord, down below, discord.gg/Shiprekt. Yeah, you can jump in there. More than happy to share any information. We do have some of the channels open. There are some closed guild channels. But like I said, if you want to join the guild, you can get access to all of it. But yeah, this one of the guild members chucked in. And then Tiggs offered up the spreadsheet, which was very good. And there should be a higher level, same version of the scattergun. So you need that. Yes. Well, we'll get there in a second. Let me just pull up. I was pulling up the website. Where's the website gone? I've lost him. Let's go back one and let's see what it cost. So this is a schematic. So you do need to pick up the schematic and craft it. Why can't I go back? Why is the back button not working? Way of the Mazir. No, I did it again. Way of the. Oh, there's heaps of way of those. Jesus. Of the Mazir. The crafting recipe is this one. So to craft this bad boy, it's getting a bit hot now. I'm going to take the farmer jacket off. Plastanium mechanical parts, silicon blocks, fluted light caliber compressor, 62 spice, 10 spice infused plastanium dust, 530 water. It's an expensive gun. It's a very expensive gun, but it's a good gun. It's a good gun. I have a question. If drill shot hits us while it's penetrating our shield, can we still parry it? Like with a sword, we can still parry it even if it penetrates our shield, as long as we're not staggered. Good question. I don't know. I actually saw that question asked. I haven't seen it answered, though. This would be put the T6 weapons at 480% increase. That's nuts, Alan. It's a massive increase. It's definitely a skill that would allow that. You would think so. I think there would be as well. I'm the same opinion. Exponential, but I'm not too sure. It opens new tabs. Click the tab. Oh, I must have closed the old tab. Yeah, gotcha. All right, so that's the way of the Mazir. So expensive gun. I think it's very nice. I think we can leave this. Happy to share it afterwards, and like I said, thanks to Tiggs. But at least it will be filtered based on the calculations we've put in here. So at least we can now copy our calculations across each page, and we can sort them out. So these are just sidearms. So that's, in my opinion, high fire rates. Damage is not too bad. As we were saying before, if you trust your shot and you think you're very good at shooting, obviously you've got these high damage per shot weapons. And then you do have Disruptor, this Disruptor pistol that seemed quite good because it did have, so it's a bit lower on the ranks, but still not horrible, but provides that shield break with this Disruptor pistol. And the laser confirmed not to work versus shield. Dev said a laser will just fail to fire at shields. Really? Oh, really? No, that was workaround by lasers hitting shields, causing nuclear explosion. Oh, I want to see the nuclear explosion. The last gun won't hurt shields, but does hurt vehicles very well. Anti-vehicle gun shows. Yeah, it did say here that it's just anti-vehicle. So you're saying it's not going to shoot at people at all. That's interesting. And drill only guns worth a thing as small groups. Yeah, and look, we might find it. If you're fighting in the desert, you probably don't even touch some of these. So away with the Mazir, you probably won't even pull that out. It's a waste of time. You sit in the desert just shooting bullets across from people. So a complete waste of time. But that's where something else will come in handy, where the Seath is super good because it's 65-meter range. So same again. We've highlighted things from a damage perspective, raw damage numbers to determine, okay, what would we want to run? But yes, definitely take into consideration what it is that you do and what you don't do. All right, next one, rifles. We forgot to copy the calculations. Chuck them in. Oh, we need to clean them up. So what were these again? So this was, don't worry about it. We know what it is. Where the picture of the gun types come from? Kim Esbar Comics from my Discord. So someone in my Discord posted it. So if you want to join the Discord, jump in there. We can definitely ask where it come from. But I'm not too sure. So it's just that's where I grabbed it from and used it for today. The laser will shoot at people, just not people's shields at that. Otherwise, would cause constant nukes. That would be how good would it be if you're running across the desert and you'll see this nuclear explosion, and all you know is that one person just died. Which ones am I cleaning up? So I got to clean up. Let's just do this. Convert to number. Where's I can't see when I got it to find and replace. I do like this Moxes. That's much better. What are we doing? RPM. And seconds. Seconds, find all, replace all. You couldn't, dickhead, because I got the range selected. And then we've got RPM. Replace all. Okay. Close. Oh, done. Put this down the bottom. Filter that across the top. The filter button is gone. Where? Largest to smallest. Look at this bad boy. Damage-wise, actually, there's a Dune Watcher from a rifle perspective that's ridiculous. Look, 346. I want to look at that. Clip size 2. We'll look at that for sure versus the other ones. Let me just zoom in because we don't need the bottom information. We're just mainly looking at the top, so you guys can see. Can't wait till we get the daggers. Daggers, yeah, I'm looking forward to the daggers as well. Where is it? It's near the end. Dune Watch. It sounds like it's a super sniper. I'll probably just pack the Seath Deagle equivalent pistol, the SMG, and the shotgun. Look, there's some definitely. You can definitely highlight a top 5. So I think if you wanted to go in at each one of these, and we could do this. I don't want to do it necessarily right now because we'll argue all night. But I think you definitely highlight a top 5 from a position perspective. Someone posted in my Discord like 5 seconds after I asked that. How good. King, ask for $1 million and see what happens. Chuck that, put that in there. So rate of fire with a damage, this is crazy. Maybe because we just gone from sidearms to rifles, but 271 damage per shot versus with a 308 rate of fire with a clip size of 45. That is insane. And let me type that. I'm bringing this one up. This looks ridiculous. How much is this going to... I need to put prices against this on the market. Is there anyone going to play the market? So for argument's sake, we've got this whole list of rifles, right? Is there anyone going to go... I don't know if we can pull the data. I don't know if I haven't necessarily seen where the interactive maps are and everything where they're pulling data, that they're pulling market data, how often they can pull that data. Or do we need to do this ourselves and actually market and follow the trends of the market? Hey, in focus, what have I missed? You missed that the Wave of the Mazir, from a raw damage perspective per second, clip speed, whatnot, is the best pistol. Then we have things like the Cope and the Seath, great pistols if you're very good at headshot damage, and it's got range on it as well, so they're very good. And then you've got things like the Regis Disruptor pistol, so good again, but disrupts shield. So you got this disruptor part. So there we go, very high level. It only took us like an hour and a half to get there, but no, an hour, and now onto rifles. Good shit. No, all good. I was debating that myself. If the market is selling uniques at decent prices, I'll skip them for spice farming, but otherwise I'll be farming uniques. It's something that, to be honest, and this is my issue, I probably will track the market. Depending on how big the market is. If it's easy to track, I'll probably be tracking it every few hours just to see where it moves. Or do we sit it on it daily? Yeah, we've got a set rate across daily. So I don't know what the market actually looks like from a UI perspective, see if it is easy to track, whether I do every 12 hours, do I when I log in to monitor. And obviously the demand's always going to be there regardless. If you can't afford it, demand's not going to be there. Yeah, obviously quantity, the number of schematics. I wonder if the Way of the Mizir is really Way of the Mist typo. I see Way of the Desert. So the Way of the Mizir is actually in the codex, but it'd be funny if it is, because I would like Way of the Mist. It'd make it so much easier for me to speak. There will always be a market for unique. Since when can you craft once a schematic and they do deteriorate? Yeah, true. It's going to be a good market, but will it fluctuate? Will the demand go down and people go, let's say losing faith? But Alan, it's a very good point. It's a very good point considering that people have to replace them. Yeah, markets fluctuate very quickly at the beginning. So I was looking for would you say Saracen Vengeance? So the Saracen Vengeance. Look, apologies, I'm probably butchering these names completely, but when Seleucia Secundus was reduced from a fertile planet to an irradiated wasteland of a planet, House Carino swore vengeance on their enemies. This unique battle rifle was created as a memory of that oath, and the explosive darts that it fires are reminiscent of the fires that rained down on Seleucia. I'm actually looking, if there's a, what's the word? An effect. So when it says the bullets are reminiscent of the fires that rained down, I'll be interested to see what that looks like. But back to recipe. How expensive is this bad boy? So we've got plastanium, silicon. So it looks like all the best weapons that we've picked out, 100%, each one of them is 62 spice. 62 spice on each one. And then you got the plastanium dust and all the other bits and pieces, and then the water. But I think the 62 spice is probably the big one. But very nice weapon, that one. Hey, old man, how you going, buddy? Good morning to you. It's 9 p.m. now. It's 9 p.m. That loading spots. These all have to have loading spots found as well. When you say loading spots, as in where they're located, Ray, like there's only one spot you can get them. A lot of the bigger guilds are planning on massive water farms. Well, Alan, were you watching last night? That's what we were. That's what we were theory crafting last night. How to build a water base, because you're limited, and then obviously you got the transport. So definitely, if you haven't, go check that out. Get to the end, because it took us a while to get there, but I think we got to a good place last night in regard to we looked at what the best water farm would be, but if you're going to be that hectic, you need people dedicated on it only. Like the guilds would have to be dedicated. It would be a constant rotation of people farming water. I think what we came to was how to build as player-friendly water farm as possible, where you don't have to attend to it as much. Saulo Shis Sukana. Don't do it to me, Elias. Don't do it to me. Could be in shell or deep desert. Intimidator sounds sick. Drop spots, yeah. Hopefully it does rotate a bit though, Ray. I don't like it when it's dedicated, like you know exactly where it's going to be. So if you're getting in weekly just to go to the exact same spot to pick up the exact same thing, I like it when things, there's some rarity to it and then they're in different locations. So by finding it, you sort of get that sense of achievement, and it's quite exciting when you get it. It's like, yeah, I found it. Great. Let's go. Weapons are going to be considered relatively cheap compared to what they need for ornithopters. That's true, Alan. That's true. But everyone likes to run out in the best gear. You know that. Even if you're... that's actually pretty funny. You're not ornithopter, fighting an ornithopter, but your character is fully decked out in the best stuff. So that's probably... I can't speak for endgame, but it's just a theory, is if you're going in an ornithopter thinking you're fighting an ornithopter and you're decked out in the best gear, are you wasting your time because you can blow up in the ornithopter? Wind traps and death steals, that's the one. Deep desert is supposed to rotate. So it does rotate, but I'm just thinking I don't want to necessarily see it in the same spots. Like, shipwrecks, for example. They are, let's just say deep desert. I don't know how many, is there a shipwreck in each zone in the deep desert? Do you have to farm all of them? Is it, yeah, I just like some of that, what's the word? Exploration and the unknowing of where you get. So like I said, I always refer back to WoW raids. When you go to a WoW raid, you know it's in there. You don't know if it's going to drop. And then you got to share it with someone else. I guess you know that it's in there, don't you? Anyway, that's my point. Wind traps will be the major source of water in game since there's tick even when offline. Yeah, no, from a passive perspective, yeah, we worked out we can get 1.3 million milliliters per 8.6 hours. So every 8 hours, you're roughly getting 1.3 million things of water. Locations are all POIs each week, so I doubt they'll put them in the same areas. That would be good. I think shipwrecks are going to stay in Haga Basin as the only PvP areas there. Deep desert resets and totally random each week. Yep. Things that make sense where the loot should be, but adding rarity is great, and then it's great if they can have it turn it up randomly in other spots, almost like as if it was stashed there. Yeah, true in focus. They've said in the DD recipes are static in the locations for the week. After that, they wipe, and there is a chance that the recipe will never spawn again. So when you find a good one, farm it. That's interesting, Tiggs. So, for example, you're saying if we find a good recipe, just keep going back there and farming the exact same recipe at the same box. And you're probably right in that sense, because I remember doing the shipwreck in Haga Basin South. At the end of the shipwreck, you'd always get that knife. I can't remember what you call it because I'm terrible with names. Dev said what Tig said. Okay, fair enough. So we're going to be farming schematics. And I guess that's how a lot of people are probably going to be getting a lot of money too. All right, let's get back into it. So this Vengeance looks like a ridiculous rifle. Someone else said something as well. The Scrubber, not bad, still not bad. Pipe Cleaner, very similar stats. They just drop. It's just a matter if they have anything else on them to change, whether there's some fire, damage, poison, dart, whatever it is. A dart for every man. What is this? 59. Rate of fire, 600. With a clip size of 48. I feel like with a rate of fire of 600, you need a bigger clip than 48. Wow. With 10 meter effective range. That's insane. Still not the best, but that's ridiculous. 10 meters for 600 rate of fire. It's not very large, is it? But at the same time, it's still very good. The Disruptor. So that Regis Disruptor. It seems like the Regis Disruptor is the big one. Are any of these disruptors? Oh, a dart for every man is a disruptor. Is it? Dart for every man. Man, bring him across. Oh, Jesus. It is a disruptor. Look at that guy go. The disruptor has a small inscription beneath the barrel. Besides the maker's mark, it reads in honor of the, I'm not going to pronounce it, a dart for every man, and for every man a dart. No matter how often the schematics are modified, the inscription is always fabricated on the weapon. So, okay, massive rate of fire. And this is where we're going. So from a raw damage perspective, we go, okay, well, that's the best rifle. But from a situational perspective, you got things like a dart for every man. Amazing disruptor. Still getting the damage out. You're hitting it very quick. Yeah. Oh, that's going to look good. Seeing that go out. Anywhere else? Each DD level has a unique schematic attached to it. You can farm multiple of the same schematic from the same place every week. After the week, the specific lab schematic isn't available anywhere else until it randomly becomes available again, which could potentially be months. Wow, Daxy Doll. That's crazy. Regis has more damage, though, so would chunk the shield more. Compared to the dart. The dart of every man. The dart of every man does. It's got a higher clip size as well. So it's almost like you have to pick we're looking at these guns from my perspective anyway, and that probably doesn't mean much, but you could definitely got a raw damage number that I've noticed between the sidearm and the rifle. That's really nice. And then you also have a disruptor that's very nice. And let me just check because this one's, so for example, these have the same stats, the ones at the above. Oh, and then there's a range thing. So what's this? A Sudoku Intimidator. Why have I not been copying and pasting? I've been sitting here typing this whole entire time, and this thing called Control C and Control V. What an idiot. So this is a disruptor as well. A unique disruptor with heavy darts, double shots for added damage. What it lacks in rate of fire, it makes up for punches in throws. It throws. Wow. Okay, so I think we've just changed something there. And it would be nice. We might need to even just put another column in this thing in regard to what's a disruptor, because this one seems like much higher damage. I'll highlight that one as a disruptor. Rate of fire is definitely decreased from the 600, as I said. 52 in a clip. 52 in a clip. So there's a lot in there from a disruptor's perspective. And the reload speed, same again, still pretty good. So yeah, so this seems like the best disruptor. So if anyone wants a good disruptor, that one, Sadaka. That's like those, I don't know if you have them, Sarkar Tars. What's it? They used to have a song, the biscuits, if you did, little chip biscuits thing, if you didn't know. Less rate of fire typically means much better accuracy. Well, that'd be good as well, Mon, because a disruptor is pretty bad on accuracy, isn't it? So I think, yeah, there you go. I think the calculations you guys have figured out on the right here have definitely highlighted some good things, because they do align as well. So when you're doing the largest, smallest, let's highlight. We'll go thank you. I can't read that. I apologize. That's way too small on my screen. That's a lot of writing. But thanks. Oh, Alan. I think that was Alan. Thanks, Alan. So we've got a disruptor. We've got a rifle. Let's just double check for argument's sake that we're not missing anything here. And I'll put this, let me just chuck this here so I'm not jumping between screens as much. You can't see me type, but you can see the bottom. Let's just check I'm going to, argument's sake, move this off the screen. We'll go to the scrubber. So the scrubber is liberated from the shipwrecks of the Sheol. So well, at least you know where this is actually. The unique battle rifle has been modified with a mechanism that adds a touch of the explosive powder to every dart that passes down the barrel, perhaps used as protection against smuggler or pirate attacks in the interplanetary shipping lanes. So this is saying it adds an explosive, touch of explosive powder to every dart. So what does that mean? I'm guessing, so what we're seeing on the screen from a damage perspective, the numbers, I'm guessing we're getting the right numbers from a damage perspective, but does it do like a stagger, for example, when it hits because of the explosive power? I think they're things that we don't know right now. So when we're looking at these, and these are things to take into consideration, if there's any other effect, definitely think about it that way. So same with the Sulison explosive darts. The Sulison, where's the Sulison? Was that a rifle or pistol? Oh, sorry, it's spelled differently. So you're saying this had explosive darts on it as well? Reduce the flow of planet irradiated. It does. It does have explosive darts. No, you're right. I'm glad you called that one out. What's a better melee? We're getting there, old man. We're getting there. Unfortunately, it's right at the end. Less fire rate typically means much. Hey, Jordan, how you going, buddy? I think everyone's doing well. I think we're learning a lot. We're definitely learning what's worth going for. But just to check, so the scrubber, slightly less. And then just to check my theory as well, what's the tapper? Because the tapper's got a higher damage. I just want to see if that's... So the tapper itself Battle rifle has been modified with a mechanism that adds a touch of explosive powder to every dart. So very similar, same things. Okay. So I'm pretty happy. So the scrubber and the pipe cleaner, I'll just double check with the pipe cleaner again. Make sure it's the same type of rifle. The sandflies use weapons like these to rapidly clear rubble-filled tunnels beneath the sentinel, hence the name. Okay, so these seem to be quite similar when it comes to battle rifles, with the Vengeance being the number one of the battle rifles. And then we hit our first disruptor, which was number one of the disruptor. So I could almost say there's a best rifle and then there's a best disruptor. Well, we could potentially, can we come to agreement that's the case? They might be why they have so high damage. Yes, yeah. No, because you can definitely see from the rate of fire versus reload speed. I think it's from, so you definitely have different combinations you can go, but I think from what we've identified with the calculations on the right, the numbers are just much higher, much higher. What was this? Because as you see, they don't move too far. But what did I just see? Regis triple shot repeating rifle. There's something I just saw, the Relentless. But this one just popped up. Hey, thanks, Tiggs. But I think I have to open up that one again. I don't think. Yeah, that's all right. We'll go there in a second. So the triple shot rifle is a little bit further, reload speed slower, smaller clip size, high damage. Okay, so yes. So there's three. So I think we can, just based on the sidearms, I knew there was a third one. So from the sidearms and the rifles, I feel like there's three main types. We've got the DPS, one's going to pump out the most damage for you in raw numbers. Then we have a disruptor. Then we've got a best disruptor. And then there's a best damage per shot number. So we've got the so we've determined raw damage over time with the Vengeance. The Intimidator is the best disruptor. And then this one, where are we? The Regis triple shot repeating rifle seems to be the best. Is it the highest damage number? No, it's the Dune Watcher. Sorry. We almost pulled a furphy. It comes second to the Dune Watcher. But at the same time, I would. So let's just pull up Dune Watcher because we didn't pull this one up. I actually was quite interested in this one. So Dune, Fremen Warriors modified these unique rifles and used them in the relentless guerrilla campaign against the Harkonnen. A single Fremen could remain near buried and particularly invisible in the sand dunes beside the spice blow. Awaiting their chance to Harkonnen prey, the warriors were called Dune Watchers. I think this is meant to be, okay, this is the best when it comes to damage output. If you really want to one-tap somebody, 75 meters with a rate of fire of 78 and only 2 in the clip with a 2-second reload. So you do need to ensure you can hit that shot. However, I would give up that extra 24 damage per shot to get an extra 9 in the clip, a faster rate of fire, reload speed, and I'm losing 7 meters. So I personally would not pick the Dune Watch is good if you want the best damage from a sniper. But the Regis triple shot repeating rifle to me just seems like the best one, in my opinion. From a damage output to rate of fire. There is another one though. No, it's the same. That's a 2-shot. Better be accurate. Yeah, I think I'm not that good at shooting to say that I'd go the Dune Watcher over the Regis triple shot repeating rifle for sure. They might be why they have so need to learn about skills, weapons, and everything I can before launch in the next couple of days. Doodly fine, you fine. Jump in. The game actually is pretty good at helping you progress along. So I wouldn't worry. This is for us diehards that like to min-max everything. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Thanks, Daniel. Our explosive darts might attract the worm more than other guns. That's actually a good point, Robin. That's actually a very good point. It probably would too. Imagine that. You're lying in the sand dunes and all of a sudden, bang. So that's a good point. It's a good bet. What's the numbers on the right? Those two. So in focus, we've put some calculations in there. Actually, I've got to give them labels. But as you can see, the first one is damage per shot times the rate of fire divided by 60. So it's down to the damage per second. And then on the what was I going to say? Let's just say 1 rate of fire if it's second or whatever it is. And then, is that what it is? Let's just say yes. And then the other one is that's come through. We have to put a label on this one, but much bigger calculation. But they both sort of help indicate that they're and validate that these are the best in the business from a damage perspective. So I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty happy with those rifles. Yeah, just theory crafting. The price says 130,000 Solari, but is that a vendor who sells it? Because players may charge more, right? Yeah, vendors can charge whatever they want. Vendors can charge whatever they want. But that could be. It doesn't look too bad. So it's a Dune Watcher, if that's what it looks like. I'm guessing we can get skins for guns. Would I be right in saying that? Oh, yeah, no, the skins change depending on what gun it is. So that's good to know. So that's rifles. So we've got, should I just highlight? So I'm going to highlight these ones. We're going to do the top 5. So for me, there's a long range, there's a damage, and then there's a disruptor. So there's a long range one. And which one was the disruptor? It's not Way of the Desert. Probably Way of the Desert was Way of the Desert's that one. Disruptor, was it the Mauler pistol? I'm going to have to double check which one was the... No, it can't be. The Mauler pistol's not Disruptor. Regis Disruptor pistol. So it's 230. Oh, was it Seath? Oh, no, the Seath was a Disruptor, was it? Comes to increase accuracy, bonus damage headshots. No. I think the Regis Disruptor is the first one. You banned on Twitch. What have you done now? Robin, that was 6 months ago. I can appeal. I'm meant to be able to appeal my Twitch ban in 4 days. Literally 2.5 hours after the release of Dune. So I wish it was a day earlier. I really wish it was. And just for everyone, I got banned, not for anything I did wrong. They said I was hacking and DDoSing. Definitely wasn't hacking, DDoSing. I was streaming. I was literally doing what we're doing now for Path of Exile 2. And then I woke up the next morning and then I had an email saying you were banned for hacking and DDoSing. Maybe all of my Excel spreadsheets sort of flagged something. And then they said, you can't appeal for 6 months. I was spewing. But anyway. Look, as we saw, even Asmongold just went over to Kick. So that'll be interesting. And look, I'm streaming on Kick now. Kick has not done much for me, I'll tell you that much. But at the same time, I'm streaming Dune, so no one's going to Kick to look for Dune. But the fact that Asmongold's going there, I think that will probably take a lot of people over there and exposure over there. So we'll see how we go. AIs, and that's it. Every time I send them an email, I get an AI response. No word of a lie. I've sent them so many emails. Have I got a video? Yes. Oh, I might, Judah. I've actually done a few videos of live streams. I think I have. We haven't built anything, but we have gone over skills. I translated the Word doc about Dune Awakening quick leveling guide for French users if you need. Oh, thanks, Zek. Well, if you send it over into what's it called? in the Discord, I'm more than happy to upload it part of the description. And banned and told a very nasty joke about gnomes. It happens. It happens. Yeah, I don't get it. They want to make money, but they keep banning people that make them money. I thought I was doing a good job at it too. But anyway, look, now we've started Kick and what it's called, YouTube. So we'll see how we go there. And if I get Twitch back in 4 days, then we'll have Kick, YouTube, and Twitch. I think they're the three that I'll stream on. Got to go pick up the kids. See you in the future. See you, Robin. See you. We'll be back tomorrow night if you want to join us again. So I think it was. I just want to double check. So from the disruptors, because Way of the Fighter, the Way of the Fighter a disruptor? Mauler pistols. So they're not just Mauler pistols. Yeah. Okay, I think the Regis disruptor is the best. I think it was filtered by this one. Nope. Largest. Watch this one. So I do want to check. I don't want to lead us astray when there's another disruptor. More pistol fire, 2 dots, the same as the burst, albeit manufacturer labeled. No. The cope. What was the cope again? The cope is increased accuracy. Nope. More pistol. Yeah, no, it's a Regis Disruptor pistol. That's the best one. Hey, thanks, Zach. Oh, yeah, I got that there. Except. No, awesome. Your Sparky, you don't need the money. I hear Sparkies dry themselves after the shower with the $100 notes. I actually use 2 Tigs. I use 2 $100 notes. So I think that's it. I think, yell at me if I'm wrong, but I think they're the best pistols from a disruptor. I might even do a video. There's no time. We're literally doing this Friday night, so we're not far away. Then we've got our rifles. So we've got our long range, our disruptor rifle, and we've got our standard assault rifle. Now we're going to scatter guns because we've got to move through this. We've been on for an hour and a half, and we've still got scatter guns, heavy weapons, and blades to do. So we've got a few more to go. Tiggs, were you sending through another updated spreadsheet? Wow, you did well there. That looks good. Blades won't take long. Great. Did you have heavy? Because was there no data available for heavy guns? We'll have a look in that in a second. This one won't take long. There's not as many. So we'll copy over our. I think the the rifles were definitely the longest because there's so many of them. Let me just double check something here. Done. All right, so I'm going to find replace. Where's the find replace? Place RPM, find all, replace all. Okay, and is our Moxes your lifesaver with this one? Replace all. Close. Convert to number. And done. Paste this in here. Lovely. Filter. We're getting better at this. Sort. Largest and smallest. Holy smokes. The perforator. Look at the size of that bad boy. Massive. Your Excel skills are a great for a Sparky. Not bad, I know, in Focus. I do a few things as well. I get around. Look at the size of that. And this is what I'm going. This is my gun. I'm going the scatter gun. 100% go. I do want to do a smart sniper. Just want to highlight again, if you haven't looked at the skills and the perks in, is it Mentat or Ben Gesserit? That has all the sniper perks, passives. So the damage from this gun, I do really want to try from that perspective, but this is my number one. 663 damage per shot on the perforator. What are these? Oh, the drill shots. So there's probably going to be 2 guns I can envisage in here. We've got drill shots and we've got scatter guns, essentially shotgun. Mentat, beautiful. Yeah, I really want to go that build, but it's not the number 1 build that I'm going. I don't know why, even though it excites me a lot. Sent you that. No, legend. You are a legend, Tiggs. So 8 meter range. Rate of fire, 90. So they're obviously slow, but you are going to punch someone in the face if you're using a perforator. Number 1 gun by far. Let's bring that bad boy up. Let's see what this looks like. I need this in gold with little diamantes hanging from it. We'll go to the crafting recipe. Oh, it doesn't show me the crafting recipe. Same again, 62 spice. So all the good guns, 62 spice. Where were we? I'll see what this looks like. That's the bad boy, the perforator. The thin spikes in the barrel mean that the darts fired from the unique scatter gun will break into multiple shrapnel pieces on impact, causing a bleeding effect on enemies. Another example of Sarduka weaponry built to intimidate and oppress. Wow. It's even got a dot. So I wonder how they've factored in this damage per shot. Is that the total? Like, for example, do you do 500 damage and the rest of that 163 is bleed? I do not know. So just stay out of the range. Yeah, easy peasy. But then you've got the Swordmaster's knee charge. You've got, I always get Ben Gesserit and Mentat mixed up. But the ability to go behind a target. So you teleport behind the target, bang, straight in the back of the head. Job done. You feel like Shotty's going to be nerfed? Hopefully not. Can we get this file you're working on when you're done? 100% Daxy Doll. I'll make sure I put it. So actually, I've promised 2 files. This one and the one I was working on last night for the water base. I'll make sure I put this one and the other one in Discord. So all you have to do is, if you haven't joined the Discord, links down below, click on the Discord. And when you get in, all you have to do is assign yourself to a Dune role. Once you've done that, you'll be set to see majority of the Dune stuff. It's only the guild channels that I've got locked out. Effective range aim is so stay out. I said group comp will be a 4-time shotgun speeding range. I think we might have to do group comp tomorrow. We'll see how we go. Or we might touch on it tonight. And we might touch on it and extend it tomorrow. Because I'm not going to be able to achieve all this night. But we'll see how we go. I do have to learn to stay up, but at the same time, I'm going to be up early tomorrow morning, so it's a bit of a bummer. Does it need a dot at 660? Does it need a dot? 100% it does. 100% it does. Shadow Step Shotgun Rogue. 100%. I like it. I like this very much. Does it need a... That's if all scattergun pellets hit. True. There is a passive ability on the shotgun to make sure it closes the spread. So I don't know what necessarily that is. With 8 meters, as you can see, it does need to get close to be effective. So you'd like to think at 8 meters you'd get majority. Thanks, Daxy Doll. Shotties get countered by shields fairly well. They probably do, Mon. They probably do. I think, and this is where the group composition again is important. But from a solo, I'd really like to do a solo video. I didn't realize how many people were playing solo and how many people actually want to know more about playing solo. People are getting quite defensive in regard to people playing in groups and in guilds. There's a big portion of solo players out there that aren't happy. So if I get I don't think I'm going to get time because I'm going to stream every night all the way leading up. So I think it's going to be a hard one, but we'll see how we go. Unless I take a day off. That's the only way I'm going to get a video out in time. But Perforator, number 1 in my book, 100%, just purely on that damage. And then Syndicate Impaler. Even look at the names of them. Like, who does not want to run out with a Syndicate Impaler? Now, we're dropping down clip sizes, rate of fire, also decreasing, reload speed decreasing. The short burst is an interesting one. It's got a, I'll filter by both. Nothing changes. I think everything is staying the same. Oh, no, it did move. It did move, so I lied. So the shell burst is an interesting one for me. What is that? Because what I've noticed is they change based on the weapons change based on some of their clip sizes or reload speed. A unique scattergun, when used during the Battle of Arrakis, when Harkonnen troops charged the front gates of the palace, they were dismayed to find their shields still functional. Despite being assured otherwise, a group of Atreides gunners used shell burst shatterguns to spread fire and chaos among the Harkonnen ranks, breaking them. So overall, I'm just seeing if there's... Oh, so the other one was the drill shot, isn't it? There's a drill shot. I'd like to see so the drill shots start at 4 clips per size. Is that right? So it doesn't look like, say if I'm looking up this clip size, I'm going to make the assumption that these are all scatterguns and all of these are drill shots. Now, if we're looking at drill shot, best drill shot, they keep pinpointing this Regis drill shot. But then we've got a larger range one, so you got the Ambition. Hey, you scared the shit out of me with that, Franklin. I won't lie. I was like, fuck, I thought someone was in the house. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. So the question again here is drill shot. And thank you, videos. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. Much appreciated. The purple one, just FYI, so if you follow on Kick, that's the black one that comes up, and then the purple one that comes up, that's the YouTube sub. Drill shot prop has less damage as it isn't affected by shields. Yeah, so it's a matter of, let's see which ones are best, and the ranges is really good. It's a matter of, I think with here, damage is not bad. So you got the Ambition and you got the Regis drill shot. I think the thing here is what are you going to trade off when it comes to reload speed, distance. And the distance, I like the fact that the drill shot has some distance because of that distance, this is where your snipers can pump. They could use the drill shot, get rid of the shield, and this is where you come in with a perforator and you go bang, smash everything. It's just a matter of what I'm trying to identify here is what would I class as the number one drill shot for me? Drill shot probably has, what is it? If you really wanted to get crazy, you break down the best iron aluminium. No, definitely. Pot of gold, we're not going that crazy. The game is coming out. And how long? Where's the timer? 3 days, 2 hours and 19 minutes. We don't have long. It feels like it's forever away, but we don't have time to do anything. I've still got to get a haircut. I've got to get a blind for the window because during the day, the sun comes through there and it just does everything. So I'm renovating, haven't got a proper blind. So I'm going to get a block out blind, so block that out so it looks like night the whole entire time I'm streaming. Because I'm going to be streaming 16, 18-hour days as soon as June comes out. So we got stuff to do. I feel like a kid waiting for Christmas. Definitely, Jack. Definitely. The cops will be, if I put aluminium foil over the window, the cops will be here wanting to know what's going on. They're going to say, neighbour's going to be ringing up, I've noticed aluminium foil on the window and I've been hearing screaming all day. It hasn't stopped. What is going on? Sort of it can dodge out of the dual shots. You're great for draining stamina, but you'll need to get through before the shield for the people who are good. True. For you Aussie with the launch times though, we get a 4 p.m. here in EU, so Ryder, that's a good time, Rave. That's a good time. My perfect time for release, personally, would be, I don't mind taking a day off for a good game. I think 7 a.m. would be the number one time for me. You get up, you can get a good night's sleep, you wake up, have a shower, get some breakfast, do what you have to do, bang, on the computer. 2 a.m. Tigs, yeah, I know, that's horrible. I think it's midnight to 2 a.m. for us in Australia. It's at that time, it's where, do I try to sleep beforehand or do I just stay up? Well, it's a hard one. Get up early. Do we know when time it's actually going live? Yes. So in 3 days, 2 hours technically it's 3 days, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I just set the timer a minute too earlier than launch. So it's, so 3 days, 2 hours, and let's just say 17 minutes, old man, it will be live. I launched at 7 a.m., took Thursday and Friday off. Nice. That is so good. Nap before. I'm too excited. I cannot sleep when I'm excited for a game. Like all week this week, I know I'm meant to be in bed sleeping. But as soon as I literally wake up, my brain starts ticking. I go, did I do that YouTube video? And what is the other thing that we're going to stream? June's coming out. Do we have enough guild members? How many recruits joined the Discord today? And it's like, it doesn't stop. Secondary next week. It does. 9 p.m. in Thailand. Going a long, hard day relaxing on the beach while I wait. All the tears. 10 a.m. Eastern. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, sorry. You're asking for you. Oh, man. Sorry. So it's not too bad for you at all. All right, so scatter guns. Sorry, drill shot. Let's get back to it. So drill shots, we've got the Regis, where we've got a clip size of 4 with a high damage, but the ambition is slightly higher with 4 again, with a higher, higher effective range. So why did that come higher on our list? Marginally higher on that side. It's just this side. So I think the ambition, we've got the ambition, and then we've got this one, but we've also got the Regis drill shot down here with a high damage and the penetrator. So if I was to sort this from that side calculation, it's based on that's why they got lower. The clip size is lower, but the damage is higher. On this penetrator's damage is very good. So if I'm just going to sort by this for a second, smallest to largest or whatever it is, and we look at, then the drill shots will change again. The Regis drill shot pumps up there as well. The Regis drill shot comes forward there, and on this calculation, largest to smallest, the drill shot is number 1 again. So the drill shot wins from a calculation perspective each. Oh no, the ambition. Sorry, the ambition. I forgot about the ambition. How did I miss that? Hey, thank you. Is it Brizza? I promise you I will get that in large so I can see them in the future. Time Paul, so it's 11th for me, clip size. So good point. This is Jack, you can join our guild. So we've got 2 things. So I'll quick pause to let you know what we've got on. So we do, if anyone wants to join our guild, you can. We have an EU guild, an NA guild, and an Oceanic guild. So I'm running the Oceanic Guild for Australia, New Zealand, and any of the Asian countries around. Then we've got Dilvish, who's running the North American Guild. And then we've got Zao Moxes, who's running the European Guild. So if you want to join us for launch of June, jump in the Discord. We'll get you in the June. There's a quick form you got to fill in just so we get your details, so you can do it. We essentially all jump in the same group chat, and we're literally talking June from across the globe. And then the other biggest important one is if you want to win yourself a copy of Dune Awakening, we do have a Glean giveaway. So down below, that will say giveaway in the description, or jump in the Discord. There's a giveaway tab there. Click on the Glean giveaway, and you can win yourself an early access edition. I'm giving 4 away. I'll be streaming this 1 hour prior to launch. So if you win, then at least I can get you they are Steam keys. So whether you say, give it to me or give it to a friend, you just tell me which friend you want me to gift it to. And then there's four Dune Awakening packs we're giving away. Very easy. Click on it. You just click on these buttons. You just get an entry for visiting me on YouTube. The fact that you're watching me now is you've already got an entry if you go and register for this giveaway. So it's free. So don't miss out on it. So that's there. Definitely there. Let me move that out of the way. You go over there. What was that just popped up on the screen? So I saw my head and I was like, where did that come from? Yeah, Aussie guilds. Definitely. Doesn't matter if you start on the 10th, 11th, because the Head Start servers are separate from launch servers. Yeah, true. So it doesn't matter when you start either. As long as you're in the same world, you contribute. You're already a winner just being here. 100% Jack. Me too. I feel the same way. So I think from here, we're tossing up between the ambition and the drill and the burst drill shot. Oh, sorry, no, I lie. It's the ambition. No, Ripper. No. Sorry, give me a second. Oh, no, we're not tossing up. So when we go from the damage from the other perspective, yes, our highest drill shot gun is a penetrator at 222 by the clip size of 2. However, I don't feel like you're necessarily going to kill anyone. It's beneficial. I feel like I would prefer to have, so we've got rate of fire, same distance, and then this one, so I'm just thinking out loud now, 68. So with the ambition, so I'm going to highlight these rows, because this is where I'm getting torn at the moment. These are the big boys. So out of these 3 drill shots, which one is ideal? I personally I like the idea of having 4 bullets on the ambition. Hitting at 185 for 4 bullets on the ambition at 68 meters. I think for me, that's where I would sit. Me too, Drew. What do I go? I'm about to spend so much time in this game, it's going to be unhealthy. Jordla, Tuesday is going to hurt so bad for me. So I've got Monday off as well. So I'm playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then I've got a 3-day leadership conference that I have to go to. And I think I have to present in it as well. And yeah, I don't even want to know what Tuesday is going to look like. It is going to hurt. I think the way they showed it last stream, it fired the 2 shots and the second seemed to go through, killed the target. Oh, you think so? Oh, I guess from an MPC perspective. But I think what we're talking about here is the difference in, like, the ambition is almost identical. It's only the reload speed on the Regis drill shot versus the ambition that makes a massive difference there. Hey, Jay Suss. Thanks, buddy. I swear I love those alerts. Those alerts are amazing. Hey, and Simeon. Thanks, buddy. Both at the same time. Rookie house. Time to get my poop bucket. Dude, like, that's the thing. You got to time this correctly. You got to align yourself. As soon as you wake up, you got to make sure that's the time you go. You don't want to do it mid-game. Oh, for me, it's a bit different. When you're streaming, you don't want to, but it's all right throughout the day. Hey, and another mini Simeon. Thanks, buddy. I heard one type of drill shot had a long delayed shot. I can't remember which though. A long delayed shot, like a charged shot. Well, I guess that would be part of rate of fire, because the penetrator ambition have a very low rate of fire at 72 compared to 92. There's some that are even lower, down at 68, as you can see. So I can see that the Regis drill shot rate of fire is much higher. But the question is, are you shooting this from a distance or are you shooting close up? Because these are ranged weapons, as you can see. Gaming lots so I can play at work too. Aha, Jack, I have to segregate work and gaming. It can't happen. I would not get anything done. So I think for me, I'm definitely trading off, and I think I actually want the 4 bullets over because I'd punch out the 4 bullets over 2 bullets. I'm just going to get more damage from the ambition. And you got an extra 2 meters. The reload speed's good. But are we using a drill shot to kill, or are we using a drill shot just to take down the shield? I guess that's the other thing as well, is what is the purpose? What is the purpose of using the drill shot for you? Is it to kill, or is it to take shields down? And I think from a shield perspective, and I don't necessarily know what damage relates to in shield terms, but I think having 4 in the clip is in my opinion beneficial. So I'm going to go ambition. I'm going to go ambition here. Like, you're not going to go wrong. We're probably talking, there's probably a B stick in between the two, but it's worth It's worth looking at. So a unique shotgun with an ambitious design that holds 2 slugs in each barrel to limit the downsides. Hang on a second. 2 slugs in each barrel to limit the downsides of these types of weapons. And the ambition looks pretty good, doesn't it? I don't mind the look of the ambition. So I think I'm going to go ambition, unless you guys think something else and have a good reason why. But I think ambition for me, purely because of clip size. If I wasn't going on clip size, then based on our calculations, because of the rate of fire, the Regis drill shot is slightly better than the penetrator. But if we're looking at pure damage off one bullet, then the penetrator is better. So they all have their uses. But so I think from here, oops, I've gone too far across. We're going to no-fill that. We're going to go to the ambition, and we'll highlight that. So this, for me, from the scatter guns, we're going to go ambition and perforator. 2 hours later, we're finally moving on to we're moving on to blades. You like the penetrator just because of the description? Oh. I was waiting for something more than that, Daxy doll. I was like, oh, because it does this. But look, I think the scatter guns to me are unbelievable. And just the fact they got good names even makes it better. You know, you're running around with something. Like, I really wish the Syndicate Impaler was the best. It's still good. So don't get me wrong, but yeah, it would be good. I have a Steam Deck, and I'm hoping the game will be playable on it. I think I did hear in one of the live streams that it was playable on the Steam Deck. I think it was. Now, I would have to confirm, but I'm pretty sure it was. I think. I could be wrong. I could be watching another game. Don't know. So, look, we've picked those scatter guns. We've picked these rifles. We've picked these sidearms. Heavy weapons. Sorry, do they have heavy weapons? Oh, no, they've got no heavy weapons. So unfortunately, we cannot do the heavy weapons. Just to highlight what the heavy weapons we're looking at again. I think we've got plasma cannons, the las guns, the flamethrowers, the LMGs, and we didn't see the Jabal Spit Dart. Why was this on this image? So we did see this. We did see these ones to the long range. So these 4: flamethrower, las gun, plasma cannon, LMG. The other one is the rocket launcher. Unfortunately, we don't have visibility on at the moment either. So we'll minimize that bad boy. Now I've got Tiggs sent me move that over there. Dune Awakening, all blade types, save to there. Let's see what we've got here. Look at this. Someone knows how to format some nice colors compared to me. Enable editing. Whoops. You put it on one page as well? Jesus, Tiggs, you're looking after me. You are definitely looking after me. All right, so we're now on to the blades. Thanks, Jack King. I wonder if a flamethrower would penetrate shields. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's an interesting one. I wouldn't think so, but yeah, you never know. I like how the building stuff looks in the game. Sorry, getting off topic, but it looks so sick. Now, building is another whole component as well, Judler. You can get yourself wrapped up in building all day long. G'day, Factual Life has data on the heavies. Hey, thanks, Nick. We'll go look at the heavies after this and see what they've got. We just have to be conscious that we have looked at some Factual Life data and it's not necessarily accurate, but at least we can potentially go get a feel for it. The difference is, so Dune Awakening Codex, which is on the right here, has said they've scraped all this data from the closed beta, where Factual Life has got some old stuff and some made up stuff. Tiggs is a legend. So what have you done here, Tiggs? Let's figure this out. Have you already said what the best is for PvE and PvP? Need to see what Static Needle does. If it penetrates a shield and then shuts it down, this may be Abyss. So you've got here. Yeah, it's down the bottom. Cauterizer, Fire Dot, Stem Boost. So damage-wise, 191, critical damage, attack speed. So attack speeds are all the same on the short blades. Oh, you think the Chris knife is a one-use item? and then unfixed crisp knife. When you say a one-use item, what, you can slice once and that's it? Okay, I see what you're saying now. This one's not bad, the replica pulse knife, to get stamina boost on hit. So we probably need to go look at some of this a bit more. That's an Easter egg. Oh, these crisp knives are Easter eggs. Unfixed, you could get into beta. It was a one hit, then it broke. Ah, okay, gotcha. Okay, so we won't touch the crisp knife then. That's what we're saying. He's unfixed on the beta. Got to die to a worm and get tooth in one use. Okay, so look, it's not bad for one use. I like the replica pulse blade because of the stamina boost on hit. If we're focusing on stamina, but let's have a look at these in the. I just want to see what the descriptions are in the website. Why is the website not working for me now? Back again. Oh, there we go. So the replica pulse knife. During the Butlerian Jihad, pulse blades were used to cut through the thinking machines and damage their electronics with pulses of deadly electricity. It is said that the secret of their making was lost during the ensuing centuries. This unique blade gives a small jolt of electricity energy to the palms when hitting an enemy, offering a small stamina boost. A far cry from the legendary weapons of the Butlerian Jihad. Interesting. So I think I'd like to know what the stamina boost is on this. 53 spice. Oh my goodness. So that'll be interesting to see how, if we're worried about stamina, because if we're going into the big knife fight, I think the replica pulse knife is actually the number one we want, because if stamina's a drain, that is of course. That is the funniest fixture owned by Tencent, Funcom owned by Tencent, but they seem not to be good terms. Is it really? Did Tencent own everything? I never look into necessarily who owns who, but that's ridiculous if that's the case. Stamina is massive in PvP. Yeah, and that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the stamina is a massive thing at the moment. So this replica pulse knife might be really good, really good. Well, what's a pulse knife? If there's a replica pulse knife, what's a pulse knife? And then we've got the cauterizer. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, look, we can see blades are much easier to determine which one's best. But the unique knife is modified surgical tool that has developed by treating field injuries, for treating injuries. It seals the injuries as it cuts using a small cutter aid to superheat the blade, mostly useful for amputations, and the desperate field surgeons discovered setting your enemy on fire. Wow. So we set them on fire. Not a bad weapon, pretty good. And then this one's another good one. So for water, we wanted to know about this one yesterday, actually. How much blood are you going to get from feeds? Would you call it feeds? Feeds drinker? Apologies if I said that wrong. Commonly used in his black-gloved main hand during arena bouts. Feed? I don't know. Look, I apologize. Harkin had a small compartment design that could deliver poison, though usually it was the white-gloved offhand that carried the poison blade, though most never knew its treachery. The unique Kitagel became popular on Arrakis for the opposite reason. It was capable of stealing blood from enemies and storing in the compartment. It doesn't tell us how much blood it takes, but as we probably saw from the beta as well, it was very good. It was very good at taking blood. It just, if you're just going around, and you've got it down here for PvE tigs, that I agree. The amount of blood that if you're going to go around just farming mobs, run around with this weapon. Does a lot of damage, and then it gives you blood. It's, what more could you want? Pronounce it fade. Okay, thanks, Daxi. I knew I'd have it. I'd get it wrong. Dot, however, is additional damage. Time to kill increased. Okay, so that's why I always wonder if dot's on top. So I do agree that for PvP, I agree with the cauterizer, fire dot for sure. For PvE, just so you can get the blood, go the, Fade Drinker. And then the Stamina Boost, though. Stamina Boost may be, the Replica Pulse Knife may be situational. If you've got, the kit on, so you're not taking a lot of damage from knives, you got a lot of melee mitigation, the Replica Pulse Knife might be good in that sense as well. That has fire mitigation. True. So yeah, I guess you are right. Time to kill versus stamina. It's definitely going to be situational. But no, I agree with you. I think those three knives are great. I think the ones that you picked, I definitely would pick. So most damage, 100% cauterizer, and then from PvE to help not just from damage but also collecting water and blood. Perfect. All right. And the last section, the long blades. So what do we pick? You picked the static needle. I know you got it highlighted. So potentially being based on. So need to see what the static needle does. If it penetrates the shield and then shuts it down, this may be BIS. Very good point. So same again, short blades. There's no question. We've got Replica Pulse Sword, static needle, and Helix Pick. So Helix Pick does the poison, the Replica Pulse Sword does the stamina boost, and the power supply disruption. So looking at the damage, 138. So is there a speed difference? Attack speed 139. So that's an interesting one. The Replica Pulse Sword for the stamina boost actually has a decreased attack speed. So we are looking at the static needle and the Helix Pick, pretty much identical with the daggers. So the short blade. So the short blade and the long blade from a high level, from when you're maxing out, there's no difference in damage-wise. But the only difference is with the short blades, you've got the fire dot. With the long blade, you've got the poison. The only difference is we've got this static needle, and let's go check out this static needle. Did it not come up? Oh, it did. It's got this in here, that's why. Static needle. The unique rapier is utilized to shock and disrupt the power supplies of their opponents. So to Tig's point, very perfect question. If it penetrates a shield and then it shuts it down, yes, static needle will be ridiculous. The fact that it interrupts the power supply of their opponents. Yeah, if it does, that could be, I think you're right there. I think you're right. I think static needle, if people are running shield, I think static needle is a sword that you need to go. So between all of this, so you could go the cauterizer for the fire dot, but I think the static needle is probably number one, especially in group composition. If you're breaking up shields and you're in the thick of it, the static needle looks amazing. So I'm with you here. I agree. Static needle number one on the long blade versus the Fade Drinker and the cauterizer. Just to check, just for completeness, let's just check the poison. We don't necessarily know what the poison's ticking at, but the unique sword contains a series of toxin releasing nodules along the length of the blade. Gurney Halleck, renowned troubadour, I don't know, and mercenary, kept a similar blade by his side performing the noble audiences. When a drunken noble once asked if he felt his music was bad enough that he needed a sword to defend it, Gurney replied, "Nay, I fear not your wrath, but when your wives and daughters rush the stage, I will need steel to keep my trousers fastened." Fair enough. So look, I guess that's poison damage. Nice guy by the sounds of things. So look, I think I agree. So we've got a poison dot. We're going to look at poison and fire. Who's got resistances on both? I think a fire dot's fantastic. Blood for PvE. But if this power supply disruption is good, and you're hitting that and you're swinging that quick. So for me, from my build that I'm going, I probably will go full BIS. For me, it's static needle. And where was this one? Static needle and perforator. Perforator and static needle, I'm done. That's it. That's my number one build. And then if I go to the rifles and I'm going to try The sniping, I'm going to go the Regis triple shot repeating rifle. That's where I'm probably going to go from a sniper perspective. Dropping the extra 7 meters just to pick up 9 more bullets. 7 more bullets compared to 2 bullets in the Dune Watcher for an extra whatever it is. And that's it. That is. Oh, sorry, we haven't gone. We're going to go through heavy weapons quickly on Fextra Life just to check, see what they got on there. Not many armor as well that has fire. I'm starting work and now you hit melee. Sorry, old man. Look, it's very simple. It's very simple. It's not a difficult one. Not a difficult one at all. So just make sure you go through the list. There's not much difference compared to the guns. It's more damage based on critical damage and attack speed. I think they're the big ones. Now let me just bring up Fextra Life real quick. Where's Fextra Life? And see what we've got there. Fextra Life. Now we're just checking it. We might not utilize it. We might not look at it as much, but it may provide some information. Weapons. Heavy weapons. We've got all weapons comparison table. The problem with this, let me just double check. Does it tell us? They do. It does tell us. It does tell us. So let's make the assumption that this is correct. I'll zoom out a little bit so I can see a bit more. Need more likes on YouTube. Thanks, Jack. How many do we have? Does it tell me? It tells me over here. 21 likes. Not too bad. It's not too bad. If we go back, so we've got all heavy weapons by grade. So there's not a lot of weapons in here. Oh, a very small list. Very small list. I was going to say we'll break it up, but this is all they've got. So they don't have all of them. They've got. It looks like they've got the go by grade. We've got the machine gun, the Regis Vulcan, and the missile launcher. I have a feeling there's more than this, but we're already going to make the assumption that because there's no uniques in here, there's nothing in here, so they've only got very minimal. But for completeness from the data that we currently have, let's check out the Vulcan real quick. They're missing out. We're going to have to miss out on the flamethrower, unfortunately, Mon. So the Regis Vulcan, the damage per shot, 26, rate of fire, 1100. Fire mode automatic, clip size, 140 reload speed, effective range, accuracy, and stability. If we put those numbers in, so rate of fire is massive on that. I'm actually going to put these numbers into our spreadsheet to see where it fares off against the assault rifle. I have zero plans to do PvP guild combat, but if I did, I know I would want to use the flamethrower for an area to deny on exposing targets. Mon, it's definitely a worthwhile venture, isn't it? So let me put this over here for a second. We'll put in the heavies. So we've got, let me copy, where's the rifles? Just copy that. I'll put that there. Bang, bang. So the damage per shot is 26.7. Oh, not 36. Yeah, this is definitely not the best because we're missing our uniques, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt. Did they have a critical? We'll leave it at 1.5 with everything else and make the assumption that's what it is. 1176. Clip size 140. Whoops. 140. And reload speed 3.5. Now, ideally, you're not reloading, and effective range 58. So, number-wise, it's nowhere near. Like, for example, yeah, we don't. This is definitely not anywhere near because if you look at the numbers based on what we had before, so we're hitting 523 and 1,000. If we go look at the rifles. The Regis triple shotgun repeating, the Vengeance smashes it. Absolutely smashes it out of the park. So you wouldn't even touch this. You wouldn't touch this one. Like you probably touch it on the way as you're leveling up. Yeah, not for us. We're better than that. Flamethrower anti-grav field might be massive if you got 3-4 people. Yeah, that could be. I would like it, Jack. It would scare the absolute shit out of me, but I'll give it a go. Mon's got the right idea. And then the last one that we had is the missile launcher. We haven't seen much on missile launchers. So damage per shot, 195. Rate of fire, 84. Same again. It's got 1 in it. That's not doing much at all, if this is correct. So look, that's all we've got on the heavies. I'm not going to probably go much further unless we get more data. Has anyone got any interest in actually doing heavy? That's probably another question. Is anyone actually going to go heavy or go, yeah, I'm going to go? Because if we, where was the image? So back to our good old image, we've got flamethrower, last gun, plasma cannon, LMG. Now there has to be a good LMG. One shot semi-automatic. Yeah, rocket launcher. So the rocket launcher we know we need. We're definitely using rocket launchers, but I don't think it's for fighting people. I do, but again, more of a PvE. Yeah, look, I think this from a PvE perspective, Mon, I think this is all still viable because there's so much PvE content to do still. Anti-vehicle, so the last gun, the rocket launcher for anti-vehicle. The plasma cannon, we'll have to see how that goes in the flamethrower. Everyone's obviously interested on how that goes as well. So not too bad. Is there anything else in this green shot that we didn't see? I think that was it. Well, it's 10:11. So I'm not going to do group composition now. I think I'm going to roll group composition over to tomorrow because we've spent 2 hours and 16 minutes on talking about guns. I didn't realize you could spend 2 hours and 16 minutes talking about guns. So we'll do that tomorrow. So just finalise again. If you want to join us in the guild, so I've got a guild called Shiprekt, you can jump in our Discord. We'll get you in. We've got a guild in EU, NA, and Oceania. We'd like to share the love, so we've opened it up across the lot, and we've got a leader for each one of those guilds. We've got the giveaway. Don't forget the giveaway. The giveaway, most important thing, giveaway. If you haven't entered, in the description is the link to the giveaway. Go fill in the giveaway. Get yourself in the draw for that. Discord giveaway. Oh, and last of all, if you enjoyed the content, like, subscribe, do all those little bits and pieces. And thanks for joining on tonight. So I'm going to get to bed. It's 12 past 10. I'll probably chuck Dune on. I started it last night, so we'll finish that. I'll do that again on more... thanks for the fun, sir. I signed up for the NA in Discord. Legend, Jack King. Legend. All right, guys. That's it. Peace out. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. Same time. We're going to do group compositions. And I may look at solo content tomorrow. I don't know. But we'll definitely do group compositions tomorrow and then see what else we can add to that. All right, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.